Hi there, Nigel Saunders here. It's the night before our KW Bonsai Club show, and everything was going well today, except when I went to move the matrix out to start loading trees in, the serpentine belt broke in it. It just went, and so I had to take the car into the garage. I managed to drive it there without any power steering and no alternator, and I don't know what else the accessory belt runs, air conditioning. And so they did manage to get it fixed in time. However, instead of spending all day today working on my trees, I spent all day today getting this car running. So I also had the roofers come around today, and they looked at the roof on the plant room, and we're deciding how to fix that because it does leak. It leaks where it joins the house. So instead of spending all day on bonsai today, I spent all day running around getting things done. I'm in the backyard here now, and I've got my list of the trees that I'm going to put in the show. I'm going to go down the list and see what ones I've finished and load those into the car for tomorrow morning. I was going to load the asparagus fern into the car, and I thought I'd better dress it up with some moss. So I've started applying moss at the front here, and I'll try and get a nice layer on it so it looks nice, because the asparagus fern looks quite nice, and it's a very unique plant for the show. This will look much better than seeing all that bonsai soil with the white perlite in it. I think I'll only be able to get this one plant mossed up tonight. I've just run out of time. It's too bad. It was quite ambitious trying to prepare so many trees for the show, and making videos and trying to do everything else in life. But there'll always be another show. Last year I had my trees prepared quite well for the show. This year I just didn't get the time. There's a look at the asparagus fern now with its moss on. I didn't have quite enough moss to go around the back, so I might have to put a bit of sand around the back there. It's just one little spot, but you can't really see it. But just in case the tree's displayed kind of in a table in the middle of the room where people will be able to go around the back, I better put some sand behind there. I'll turn the tree around so I can see the back. Yeah, so there's a spot that doesn't have any moss. I just noticed a weed there too. I better get rid of that. So I'll just put some sand in there. This is just the regular playground sand. I kind of like mixing it in with the moss too, so it, I don't know, it makes the moss look a little more natural if it's got kind of a layer of sand mixed in with it. So I'll just put a bit of sand on the moss here. That'll kind of blend it in. So I'll sort of make a transition area between the moss and the sandy part. There. Okay, so I'll give that a watering just to blend it all in and wash the sand away. And that should be it. I can load that one in the car. And the light's going fast, so I'm going to have to start loading the car. I've just run out of time. I still have a lot of trees that just aren't prepared. I just ran out of time this year. All right, here I go with the water now. And I'll try and kind of blend the sand in with the moss, and hopefully I won't end up with a big mess here. Push that moss down a little better there. Wash some of this excess moss away. Clean the pot off. And that's going to have to do. I've got to get loading the car now. Okay, this one's going into the car. Just drain the water a bit. Tilt it up. Looks okay. All right, into the car it goes. Next to go in the car is my ficus microcarpa. This was my very first bonsai tree, and I grew it from a seed. Here's a look at the base of that tree. I will still have to do a little bit of cleanup. There's a bit of debris that's fallen down from some of the nearby trees, but I'll have to do that at the show tomorrow. Into the car it goes. I would have loved to put a nice green layer of moss under this tree, but I just don't have time. So it's just bonsai soil, but it's covered in kind of a green, dark green algae, so that'll have to do. Also, my little ficus cutting of a cutting. It has moss on it, but it's not the greenest moss in the world. It's a little thick. It'd probably look better if I took that off and reapplied moss, but I just don't have time again. So into the car go my 2 ficus trees. The next tree I'll load into the car is my dwarf Schefflera. It's actually looking pretty good. It needs a little bit of cleanup. It's just a little bit of debris that's fallen down. But yeah, everything's looking pretty good. I can clean the pot up at the show. Okay, into the car it goes. My elephant diorama is just in a plastic seed tray, a doubled up seed tray. And Angel from Florida made this nice decorative wooden base for it. So I'll put the elephant diorama in the wooden base and put it in the car. All right, here goes the planting into the wooden base. I'll try and slip it in there like that. Settle it down. All 4 corners there. And there we go. It's a little overgrown, but maybe I'll get some time tomorrow to do a bit of cleanup on it. There's a lot of algae on the trunks, which I should have brushed off also. Yeah. Anyway, into the car it goes. Okay. There it goes. It's getting very dark out, so that's about all I can do for tonight. I'll show you the car. It's fully loaded, and I can't fit all the trees into one vehicle, so Bonsai J has volunteered to help me tomorrow. He's coming around my house really early in the morning. We're going to load up his vehicle and take 2 cars to the show. I'll open up the hatch now, and we can take a look inside. Okay, let's have a look. So it's quite full. There's the asparagus fern, my bougainvillea, my hibiscus, my elephant planting, my ficus microcarpa, my Schefflera back there, a bunch of other smaller ones in there. So the car is quite full, and I've still got a lot of trees to load up and bring to the show. I'm really looking forward to going to the bonsai show tomorrow and spending all day talking about bonsai and looking at everyone else's trees. I'm Nigel Saunders. Thanks for joining me tonight in the Bonsai Zone.